CEO Ron England from Creating a Difference. I have a couple of different physics balls here. Storm was kind enough to let me borrow a couple of bowling balls for this little educational chat we're going to have really quick about pin distance. You can see I've got 3 distinct pin distances on these bowling balls. This ball happens to be an asymmetric bowling ball, so it has a mass bias marking on it as well. And you can also see that the pin isn't necessarily straight in line with the CG on this bowling ball or this one either. You see that? And then over here, obviously, it is in line because they're real short and they happen to be in line. But here's what the point is. Each of these bowling balls, even though that they look different, even though they probably have a little bit of different top weight, when it comes to actually drilling these bowling balls for your game, any one of these bowling balls will work. And here's why. So the most important aspect to drilling a bowling ball is the pin. So the first key is making sure that the pin is in the right position relative to your axis point. So when you're getting the bowling ball drilled, your pro shop should know your axis point, and you need to put the pin in the right position. Okay, that's the first thing. If you want the bowling ball to hook a little bit more aggressively, you'll put this in a stronger position, like a 3-inch or a 4-inch pin position. If you want the ball to hook a little bit less, you'll put this in like a 5 or a 6-inch position. So any one of these bowling balls will work for that purpose, because we're not talking about anything else at this point, just the pin. Now, once you get the pin in the right location, the next thing that's important is this mass bias location, okay? It can be placed anywhere you want on the bowling ball as well, because it's always going to be 6 3/4 inches away from the pin. So I'm gonna get a quarter scale, and I'm gonna use the quarter scale to be able to show that it is exactly 6 3/4 inches away, and it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what the pin to CG distance is. So here is the 0, right? We got it as 0, and happens to be 6 3/4 inches right at the end there. So you can see that, boom, 6 3/4 inches is right there. The pin is at 0, anyway, it's not at 0. There we go, now that is 0. 6 3/4 inches is right on the edge here, boom. 6 3/4 inches on that ball. Now we're gonna go look at this one, same concept. We're gonna put the pin right at 0, okay? We're gonna go down here and look at that. Boom, 6 3/4 inches, perfect. Now we're gonna look at this ball, all right? So we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna put the pin right at 0, 6 3/4 inches. Perfect, boom. So you can always put that exactly where it needs to go as well. Now, the real question is, and what a lot of times we see people ask is they say, hey, I need to get a 3-inch pin out. I need to get a pin with the CG to the left. I need to get a short pin ball, which is kind of descriptions for these particular balls. But here is the fact. The placement of this, realistically, doesn't matter. And I'm going to tell you why it doesn't matter. As long as the ball is legal, which the limits now are 3 ounces instead of 1 ounce, any direction. Now, why it doesn't matter. What used to happen is you would put this where you'd want it, you'd put this where you want it, and then this would kind of float depending on wherever you drilled the ball. So as an example, if we put the holes here and the thumb hole here, the CG's way over there. But from the center of the grip, it's going to give you some excessive weight on the side. As a result of that, with the old rules being only 1 ounce, you'd have to put a weight hole in here to get the ball back legal. But here's the thing. The weight hole didn't just get the ball back legal, it actually would change the core shape and change the core numbers to give you a different ball motion. So what happened was, people found out that if they started putting weight holes in specific locations, they could actually increase or change the performance of the ball. Now, with the rules the way they are set to go into effect next year, 2020, you're not allowed to put a weight hole in a ball, you're not allowed to have a weight hole in a ball, period. So that means that all the bowling balls that you have are gonna end up not having any sort of weight hole. So because of that rule change, effectively now, the CG, which is what's moving around here, because like I told you, these other 2 points are fixed. The CG, which is floating around, right? It's all going to be, it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter if you get a short pin CG, a long pin CG, or one that's even to the right. It doesn't even matter at all, because the rules state no weight holes. And the weight hole was what was creating the reaction difference. So when you stick a weight hole down here, per se, right? Let's see, let's pretend we're laying the ball. So we're gonna drill the ball for a right-handed player. It's gonna be put the pin on the right side of the ball. The fingers are gonna be here, and we're gonna put the mass bias like so. So let's say we lay the ball just like this. The finger holes are right here, the thumb holes here, and there's the mass bias. This ball would not be legal by the old rules because this would be too far away from the center of gravity. You'd put a hole down here, and when you did that, you'd also make the ball stronger and make it hook a little bit earlier. Now you can't do that. So laying the ball out like this, and then doing that exact same layout with this ball, like this is going to roll the exact same because the pin is in the same position and the mass bias is in the same position. And this no longer matters because you can't put a hole in it to change the reaction of the ball. So whether that pin is a short pin, a medium pin, or a long pin, there's no hole. Since there's no hole, there's no reaction change. So do not get confused. Do not go to your pro shop operator and say, hey, look, I want to order this ball and I want a 3 to 4 inch pin out. Don't tell them that. Or I'm going to order this ball and I want a 1 to 2 inch pin out. Don't tell them that. Because I'm telling you already, this ball is going to roll the same as this ball. It's going to roll the same as this ball as long as you put the pin and the mass bias in the exact same location. So now you know, now you have some additional information to help you be able to get the best out of your bowling game. As always, if you have more questions or need more information, you can check us out at ctdbowling.com. Ronald Hicklin, CEO from Create a Difference. Have a great day.